What's up, guys? Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff and Advanced Fibonacci TA. You see the thumbnail, April Fools the Market. Will April 1st, the first day of the second quarter of this year, will this be a trick played on the market? Will we have a reversal to the downside? Or could it be, like a lot of people think, a super bullish month with new upside, possibly new all-time high, like a melt up? Let's talk about that, guys. Let's look at what's going on in the marketplace. The Russell had the biggest move today. Here it came down 1.83%, and it lost its 233, which is the key thing to take away from this. We had a pump up. Remember, all of this was low volume. We had a pump up, and now we're getting price declination with price falling, okay? So the Russell tracks extremely closely with Bitcoin. Here's the Russell Bitcoin chart. The Russell is the colored candles. Pay close attention to this green quadrant, okay? Bitcoin is the white candles. I'm going to overlay these two, but you can see these movements. We have hundreds of new subs. I wanted to share this chart again, okay? You can see the movements matching identically. The double top here in the Russell, the double top here in Bitcoin. You're selling climax, you're selling climax. Your rise back up. The volatility is not going to be identical because this is an index versus an asset. And then they both have this nice rise back up. What's more interesting, let me delete that. What's more interesting about this chart is this, okay? Since they both made their all-time highs up here on the top left here, guys, of the screen, I'm going to pull this over on the top of it. The Russell made its all-time high. 48 hours later, Bitcoin made its all-time high. And then look at the movements, how they tracked each other in the decline. Exact same pattern, okay? Wave down, peak up, then the wave down, then the wave down, and then you can see the rest of it, how it matches up. I mean, they overlay so beautifully together to the fact that, to the point of where you can actually just combine them like that. And it looks like almost the same chart, okay? So the Russell lost its 233 and 144. If it stays below it, which it's well below it at the moment, but if it stays below it, it's up here. If it stays below it, I'm hoping it comes back and back test it for a stronger rejection if I want to get a short in, because I think all these markets are topping out, okay? I'm not going to spend that much time at all on the marketplaces. As you guys know, the SPX is very close to its all-time high, was slightly down today, 0.05 per, well, that's the after hours market now. But I think it was down less than 0.5%. The NASDAQ was down 0.7%, okay? The after hours market's now open. So let's go ahead and jump into Bitcoin. What does this mean for Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin is still in a bearish Gartley pattern, the Godfather pattern. A lot of people in the comments were asking me about support levels for a downside if we do get a downward move. Well, they're right here on my screen, here on the weekly. This is a fib retracement, guys, from the lowest candle in trend up to your current top, okay, assuming this is the current top. And this is what we're doing with the fib retracement. Your 382 brings you back down to roughly 42.4. Your 0.5 at 40,591. Your 618, the most commonly retraced 2 fib, 38,784. The next key fib I look at is the 1 fib, which is 32.9, which obviously would be a 100% retracement of this move, being the anchor point for the fib. Okay, so those are the key support levels that I'm looking at. You can pull a closer fib up in the current trend if you'd like to do that and get some closer support numbers for price as well. The weekly time frame does have this bearish pattern. It does have an extension, which is why originally I gave you guys this target of anywhere between, you know, the 48 and 54, because we have this extension. But as of right now, I'm not seeing the bullish behavior. I want to show you this in the daily time frame as well. So the daily time frame, look what's happening. We're getting supply dumped on our candles. Here's our 48,266 ceiling, getting supply dumped on the candles, getting a red candle. If this candle does end up coming back down and closing down below these two previous candles, you will have a bearish engulfing candle if that's the case. And I do think you will end up giving up this pump, okay? And so be aware, because the Russell just lost this, the 233, the 144. If Bitcoin does lose this, I think this is a move that would happen this week if it is going to lose this. I don't think Bitcoin is going to be above the 144 and 233 if the Russell can't get back up above it, okay? If the Russell starts descending more, finds resistance on a small move up and then descends more, I think the crypto market's getting pulled down. Quarter two starts April 1st, April Fools, guys. Well, the question to me is, with the Fed meeting, let's look at that Fed meeting schedule. The Fed meeting May 3rd and 4th. People are asking me this in the comments. Well, how does that translate to the crypto? So here's my theory, okay, in a nutshell, is the move to value has been discussed largely in the media. The move to value is something all the market's been looking at, the hedge fund managers. This is going to pull money from growth stocks and hyperspec tech stocks, okay? Of which is how they view crypto, which is why it tracks so closely to the Russell and to the tech sector in particular in the NASDAQ. So when you start to see money come out of these areas, this will be a shift in the market. And my theory is Bitcoin's going to come with it. We had low volume rallies across the markets. That's what I'm operating under. Does that mean April 1st will just be a boom drop? No, it doesn't. I mean, is it a possibility? Yeah, anything's a possibility. You know what else is a possibility? The conflict signs a peace treaty or something. The parties involved in the conflict sign a peace treaty this Friday and the market rallies on the news. That's also a possibility. So all we have is the data that's in front of us right now. We can't predict the future. But what I see right now is Bitcoin at a peak resistance level. It's struggling at this resistance level. It could be accumulating. I'm not seeing the evidence of the accumulation yet displayed in the candles, okay? That's the problem, is we still have a downtrend, lower highs on the daily time frame going across from our initial move, okay? Just lower highs all the way down the board. Lower highs, even the pump candle, as you know, very minuscule, okay? Lower highs. So we have a downtrend in buying volume while we had price ascension. We had bearish divergence. Covered that in yesterday's video. For any of the new subs, please feel free to check that out if you want to see a little bit deeper explanation. So I'm not seeing anything yet that tells me, hey, we're getting ready to pump up to 60K, 80K. But again, guys, anything is possible. What I do know is it's impossible to pump up to that level if you lose these, okay? If you lose these, you are back in a bearish trend. You're above it right now. You're in a bullish uptrend. Remember, micro trend, macro trend. Micro trend is bullish. Your macro trend, your overall trend is still down. What is this actual percentage now since we've had this pump? Let's go ahead and measure this real quick from our all-time high. To get a measurement, we were discussing this in the Discord today too, guys, about, just different theories members have, my admin team has. A lot of people think we might go down a little bit and then bounce up maybe to 51, 55, that original target set we discussed, and then get a dump. Other people think it's going to be a big bullish move. So wide variety of opinions, and somebody's going to be right. We'll see what happens. Let's grab this price tool, pull this down. Oh, I was going to say, we're not down 52%. We're down 30%. So this is still a crash. This is still considered a crash, okay? And you have to get above or below 20%. Anything over 10%, up to 20% is a correction. Anything below 20% is above 20% is a crash. So right now at 30%, you're technically in a crash. So we're still in a macro downtrend, micro uptrend, as you see in the weekly candles. It gets more interesting on the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, I showed you guys this bearish pattern. If you want to do a little trick, put your 21 and your 5 EMA. You can look for bearish and bullish crosses. It's a little trend trading hint here, or trick for a hack, I guess you could call it, for trading. I have a trend trading video series in the room, guys. If you're interested, check out marketmakers.trade and you can join through there. And of course, we have our GAN 45. And if you get a bullish or bearish cross here and you break your GAN 45, again, just higher probability that you could have some more dissension. Key area to look for is breaking this neckline here, because this is a rolled over double top, as you can see, okay? So if we do get some type of neckline break here, which we had right here, and we got a big demand wick, but as you can see, we've just been dumping. I actually put a trade in today. I'll show you guys that here in a second. And so this, I expect, if we do get some more dissension, to come down, and here's our support levels based off of this pattern, the dragon pattern. So that's something I'm watching closely. 1-hour time frame. I posted this trade in the room. You guys can see this is a 1-hour time frame. It's not super powerful time frame, but this, if you guys trade with leverage, like many of us do, I'm a high leverage trader because I trade Forex and we have to max out leverage there. We're trading fractions of a unit of a move in currency, okay? So we're very used to trading high leverage, and adapts very well to crypto. Here we have our bearish dragon pattern rolling into a bearish Gartley pattern, okay? Godfather of harmonics. Price moves X to A to B to C up to D. Posted this trade in the room and we got a nice almost 2% dissension. So basically I was just under 100% on my money off of this trade right here, 1.85%, which is great. And now we have a bearish cross as well in our smaller EMAs, and you can see the price dissension. You can see the lower high structure that we are making as we go along in our trend here in Wyckoff. And we got this pump back up, but a complete bearish engulfing candle almost immediately after, engulfing this whole trend and dropping the price down lower. The price trend currently looks really weak. Now, again, this is a 1 hour time frame. Okay, this is a zoomed in view of the picture. Here's the actual trade that I posted. As you can see, I posted it up here. This is called a PRZ, the point D of the pattern. And we teach these harmonics in the room, guys. And you just hit play and you get a nice drop based off of this pattern. So this was a great little trade for the room. And again, depending on how you manage your trades, your leverage, could have been a very profitable trade as well. So guys, this is what I'm tracking here. On the daily time frame, not too much has changed. This candle is dropping as I am recording this. So we'll see if we end up getting a bearish engulfing candle. If it comes back down towards, what does it have to get down to? Let's see, that is the low of 46,662. We're at 46,892. If this thing drops another 250 points, you're going to have a bearish engulfing candle. And remember, the danger of that being just slightly above your 144 and your 233 is quite simply this, because patterns repeat themselves. Why did I do it this way? This is exactly what I'm looking at, okay? This area right here. If we had our pump and then you have your candle, if you get a bearish engulfing candle like this, engulfing the previous two candles, a 3 candlestick pattern essentially, you can get a landslide that forms. If the market turns pessimistic and the sentiment shifts, you could have a big sell-off. If it doesn't, you will hold support somewhere, and we will be making another video tomorrow to go over that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out the video description details for our Twitter. Actually, all of that's on the website. Just check out our website. Really appreciate your guys' support. I'll be answering your comments as well, as I always do, and talk to you guys tomorrow in another video update. Take care, everybody.